What is up, guys? Half Slab Bacon back with another episode of our Minecraft survival tutorial. Anybody got any idea where we are? Anything? Anything? Bueller? Bueller? Well, guys, where we are is inside of a man-made mountain, hill, whatever you want. I suck at building these, by the way, but hopefully I don't land in lava. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I figured we'd use up a fun little project to kind of touch on a couple of the redstone mechanics concepts that we haven't really fully utilized as of yet, one of them being the daylight sensor. So we are going to basically build a little mini volcano just to help light up the area using a daylight sensor. There's going to be a lot going on. I'm not too worried about the overall shape of the mountain here, simply because we're going to like touch it up with grass and all that kind of stuff. The main thing was just to kind of get some form of shape where I can get lava flowing down in certain areas. Like you can see, kind of, I've put this slope in here because I'd like it when it goes off at night to kind of have the lava flow down this way. I've put it inside this embankment so it can kind of spread a little bit and really fire this area up. Obviously, I don't want too much of it spilling down this way and lighting trees on fire or anything. And then we're going to have to figure out some kind of channel for the back. But I figure we're going to put like our dispensers right at this level here is what we're going to do. So, let's just, we'll kind of like so, and, we'll work at night because it's safe. Like so. I don't want it to be huge. I just figured, I've got, man, is it ever laggy up in here? Oh, I know why it's so excessively laggy. Let's switch that up. There we go. Got enough going on in the area now. It doesn't seem to like anything over 12 when I'm recording. So something like so. Really? Really, little baby Zombert? Really? Okay, so something like that, and then I don't know, maybe we'll like, that would be a bad spot to have the, yeah. Something like that on that side. We'll have a couple of dispensers up here that fire off our lava. Can we ditch that maybe? Try something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna play around with it. The main thing is we're gonna let it out a couple different sides. Maybe here too. Actually, you know what? I think on this edge, I would like it better. If it sneaks out something like there. Pours down that side. Yeah, something like that. I'm going to add, like I said, dirt to this to pretty it up over time as well. But, yeah, the basic thing is the core concept's done. We've got enough room to pop a couple lava dispensers in here. And then I don't know that we're going to get to it today, but we're going to put a fireworks launcher in here, guys. Alright, guys, so we're in our creative world. And the reason I wanted to do this is kind of it's a mock-up of what the volcano's going to look like on the inside, which is a little crazy, so I figured it would be easier to just kind of explain the core steps of what's going to go on from within this world. And I guess the easiest way to do that is I'm just going to stick a repeater here. So the whole thing's going to be triggered by a daylight sensor. And kind of the first stage is we're inverting the sensor. So let's go over here to our sensor and I'll show you. So during the daytime, it's going to send no signal. The default placement sends a signal during the day. When you switch it into night mode, it inverts it and it will only send the signal at night, and then it will shut it off during the day. So that's going to be our trigger. And then we're kind of going to run that into a dual edge monostable, so it sends a signal, a pulse, to fire our lava, which of course will be at the top of the volcano, off by sending this signal here and then extending the piston to cut it, so it's only a pulse, right? And then what happens is, because of the repeater delay, when it depowers, it lets that go just long enough to pulse and pull our lava back in. So we'll have a volcano that kind of automatically at night fires off its lava and lights up the area, and then during the day goes to sleep. And I thought that would be a cool, fun use of our daylight sensor. Then things are gonna get a little bit more complicated. And we're starting with... That's really weird. It shouldn't be in there, but it is. Okay, well, whatever. It's there. So what we're gonna see is, we'll just go time set night, if I could spell. And what's gonna happen is, when night clicks, it's also gonna set off our timer for our fireworks. And then another timer is gonna keep the fireworks going for a period of time. Fire off a bunch, let them go, and then it's actually gonna lock, so that the next night it fires off the lava, but nothing else. And the core concepts I kind of want to use to go over that is, number one, how our daylight sensor works. So you can actually bury these in ground. As long as they have skylight access, they will work. And when you block it on default mode, you can see it would shut off during the day. But even in night mode, well, in night mode, if you block it, it'll actually go on, because it measures darkness or a lack of skylight. But then kind of our next stage is our dual edge monostable, and then from there we're using what's called an RS NOR latch to only have one instance of the fireworks, to basically lock the system. And an RS NOR latch stands for reset. So let's pretend this button is the one the fireworks push. So you can see it sent power through, it would start the system, right? But if I've got it on a locking timer, it's going to fire those off once, and then everything's locked, so it's not going to go again. And the next night, our daylight sensor can fire it, nothing's going to happen until I come back in and push another input and allow the timer and everything to reset to start again the next night. So that's kind of why we're using one of these ones. And this is kind of old school. I set this up just because it's easier to show, so there's more light going on. But this is basically what we've got inside our machine, is a smaller one using droppers. You can see nothing happened. Nothing happened. That's because the item is stuck in this dropper until I come push, and now you can see it's getting signal. So you can set these up with multiple stages. Like, I can have one there, I can have one here, and then I can have, say, a hopper here and here, and then we can have our buttons, and if we took, say, our comparator signal from here, we would get a quick pulse, right? So if we put an item in here, you can see a pulse. But because there's another dropper here, nothing's gonna happen, nothing's gonna happen until we reset the system, right? And that's just kind of the core concept of an RS NOR latch that we're going to be using. The next one is a randomizer. And you're going to see with this comparator here in this redstone line that to get a random output, you can put an item with 64, an item with 16, an item with your iron sword, so something that doesn't stack. So a 64 stack, a 16 stack, and when we pulse the system, nothing's happening because I got a block there locking it. Oh no, not because a block there's locking it, because the block there's not powered. There we go. So you can see, and we need to slow it down actually. You can see how we're getting various signal strengths here. And this is a little confusing since that's actually a light. Let's go like so. And let's actually replace that so it's easier for you to see. So you can see sometimes it's only firing off 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. And we're going to use that, which is basically what I've got going on up here in this center portion with multiple comparators, just to kind of randomly fire off our fireworks dispensers. So not all of them go at the same time and they change order, and we get an entirely random system. Alright guys, so here's kind of my step number 1 is determining how I need to place the lava to kind of get the effect I want. Because you have to remember, it's lava. It flows differently than water, right? So I would like to have that spread out a little bit farther, but I can do that by placing blocks to force its spread, right? But that's kind of what I was going for on the back. I really shouldn't be doing this at night. And then I kind of want a big overflow. See, like right in here, we need to beef that up. But like I said, I want to add dirt because I kind of want a separation there. But then I was really hoping to get like this big spillover down. Like, I'm happy with that. That's looking good. This side might be a little bit too big, but we'll tweak it on this corner here so it kind of separates off in both directions. And yeah, overall I would say that's about the effect I'm looking for. Is I just want to have a stony volcanic mess going on, and not too much of it on the front end. I'd rather the back end. So the process there was kind of, first things first, have to figure out exactly where the lava's going. And then what I've actually been doing is, you'll see it, is I'm marking them with cobble, so I know that's where I'm putting my dispensers. So those are marked. I did change a few because I put them down and I thought, well, that's going to be where that one goes. And it turned out it was wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure this one's one of them. Yeah, see, we've got no... So we need to mark that. And this is why we're doing this before the redstone. And then this one over here, I think is marked in the wrong spot. Yeah, see, I had it over there and then I forgot. The lava's not going to flow far enough. So we need to change that up. So that's going to go there. And really, once we have this done, I can kind of play with the outside of the mountain as I see fit, right? To shape it a little further. But what I want to make sure is we're getting the general look down here. So I just wanted to kind of show you that. There, I've got my dispensers figured out. So I'm going to get on that and start building the redstone in underneath, and where I'm putting my daylight sensor, etc, etc. So I'll BRBs. Alright guys, so an extra dispenser in, and I was kind of looking inside with the shape I've got and think this might be where we're putting our daylight sensor. And since kind of the main point today was to kind of show you guys that it's not really a necessary, but it sure is fun to do stuff with these things. There, we made it. You saw 3 planks, all the things. It's good. Now, in order to hook this up inside of here, what we're gonna need, and I'm trying to make sure that this is up top, so I've got like plenty of room to work on the thing, the actual fireworks dispenser thing underneath, because I want them to kind of come up from the ground, right, is what I'm thinking. So we're gonna need, oh wait, no, it doesn't need to be a solid block. We're gonna need our daylight sensor here, switch it into night mode, and then what we actually need, crap, is to power a block. There goes that idea, because that's gonna put it right around where I'm wrapping that. Well, no, I can do it. I think I'd rather do it there than I'll just use another repeater. It's not the end of the world. I mean, I don't need half these repeaters up here, to be honest with you guys. I just want to make sure if I decide to add anything else, there's no crosstalk, so I'm spending a little bit of extra money where I don't really need to, because again, this is one of those builds where it's, once it's done, the inside of it, I'm probably not coming back in, right? You know what I mean? So, okay, no, we should be getting power there. Why are we not getting power there? Did I mess up on the dimensions here? Yes, I did. There. Okay, there, we're getting power. See? I don't need that. Well, maybe I do. And this is why there's no lava in the thing yet, guys. I mean, okay. Another way we can do it, guys, is just, we can actually put the redstone there, and then just grab ourselves a, is there anywhere I can get one without hitting a hitbox? A half slab. And just go like so. And then it's good. But then we've also got an issue where you start doing that too much, and sometimes you use a top half slab instead of a bottom half slab, and you could end up having mobs spawning. And that's not good. That's something we don't want, right? So, like I said, that's going to have a weak signal. So what I actually have to do from here is I have to extend that out into our system. And it looks like I'm going to have to go this way to extend it. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to fit it in. Alright guys, I have this wired in as tight as I can get it. So I've got a whack of repeaters and delays here. This one's got a 3-tick delay just because you can see I separated these two out with glass. But that one, the glass would have shown from up top, so I'm leaving this one with an extra delay just so the power from that dropper is not crossing into that block when that one fires. All the rest have a 2-tick delay on them to give them enough time to actually fire the torches on and off. And then all these extra ones you see here, that's just to prevent crosstalk. So I had to go this route. Over there wasn't working. Just not enough space without me cutting into portions of the mountain I didn't really want to cut into, so our daylight sensor's over here. But when I mention crosstalk, I'll show you what I mean here. So, oh, I need these two. So repeaters have a function called a locked repeater, okay? What's going to happen here is, you see how that's locked out? because it's getting a strong signal strength from over here. So when I power it, it does nothing till I get that. Now with split second timing, you're not going to see that lock show up because it's going so quick. But if I've got redstone wires next to those repeaters and they're in a dot shape like that, it'll lock that repeater out. So that's kind of why I just spammed a big mess up there and decided I'd figure it out after the fact. Was, you know, give myself kind of an idea of the travel path I wanted and then troubleshoot. And it did take a little bit of extra work, guys. It wasn't like a one-shot deal. Like by rights, I'm not even happy about that there. But that technically is okay because the line's going straight. It's not dotted. However, just in case I put something else, I'm going to put that there. Just, you know, future proofing. So now what we need to do is essentially, all we need to do is from right here, we need to set up our RS NOR latch, and I'll wire all the fireworks in because like I'm basically winging it, right? So I will wire all the fireworks in myself, kind of figure out what's going on there, and then I'll show you after I cut. So what I want here, I forgot my hoppers. Okay, so what I want here, guys, is essentially I want to load this guy so that when that fires off for the evening, it starts a timer. And then I'm going to have a delayed timer that doesn't do anything for a while and then starts the fireworks. Reason being, this goes off when it's still pretty light out to prevent mob spawning, and I want it to wait until it's actually dark to set our fireworks off. So then I'm going to have another one here, and that's going to catch it, and it's going to stop this unless I fire it off via manual input. And then all I want from there is this coming up into a hopper, down into there, and then I'm going to set up all my fireworks. So I'm going to get on that, and I'll BRBs. Alright guys, so I wanted to cover fireworks before we, you know, get ready to set off our show here. So actually while we're doing this, what I should do is sleep. I went to the jungle base, I grabbed a whole bunch of stuff, I kind of got her filled in with dirt, and the inside's basically done. I'm still going to shape it some more, you know, add some cobble, add some, what do you call it, gravel, all that kind of stuff. But she's good enough to give her her first run today. So I got started making all this stuff, and I kind of wanted to go over all this with you. So there's two main types you can get, the small ball and the large ball. The small ball is done just by, and we haven't done any green, actually, you know what? We haven't done any small magnetic balls yet. So just gunpowder and a dye. There's your small ball. Now for a large ball, you're going to want fire charges. And fire charges are made with your coal, your gunpowder, and your fire charge. So they get expensive quick. But I'm not too worried about it realistically, because you know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to end up going through a ton of these in this series anyways. And then to get your large ball, bang, we got a large green ball. Isn't that amazing? Now you can take these a further step from there. Let's grab a little more gunpowder because we're starting to get low here. And you can add trails. So let's, oh, I got lots of blue orchids there. Let's grab those. And I don't really recommend the dark colors because they're kind of meh. But, well, we'll add some white trails too. Why not? So when we go back to our crafting grid, now we want to make fireworks stars. And you can see we get our fireworks rocket. You can see we get one there, right? But you can't use the fire charge. Now, if we go ahead and we take, let's say, our large blue ball. Now we've got a large blue ball, duration 1. Now, if I have more gunpowder, we've got duration 2. I can't remember if you can add these after or not. No, you can't. You have to do it while you're crafting them. So we're not going to have very many. Crap! Let's make some of these into fireworks so we have room. So yeah, let's take our large magneto balls and we're going to duration 2 those up. Actually, let's make those duration 3. So we're going to have large magneto with the duration of 3. Now, I can't remember when it comes to the getting a trail. If we add it like that, yeah, see, fade to light blue. So let's take, those are the only green balls we made. Let's take the green balls we made. We're going to fade them to light blue. And now we can take those fade to lights, which is small, and I forgot you get 3 now. This is awesome, but the downside is it fills up your inventory fast. So we'll just throw these. We're going to go through them so quick anyways. It's really, it's kind of a non-thing. I wish I had, I totally didn't think of grabbing some more flowers. I really should have. We'll get another stack of cactus going here. Oh, we have some. Sweet. Okay. Was that it? Did I miss any else? So let's grab some more gunpowder. Like I said, you go through gunpowder pretty quickly doing this. So now let's work on another stack. I suppose I could just, let's get rid of the fire charges. These are cool, by the way. We'll cover that at a later date, but we can use those for something else as well. So let's go. We've got some small yellow balls here. I think we're going to want to send those duration 3. And let's make them fade. Can you not make them fade to... Oh, I guess it doesn't count. We'll do some... No? What? Oh no, you have to do it while you're crafting them. Silly me. Hey, I'm such a dum-dum. So, we'll make some of those fade to light blue too. And we'll make some fade to white. And then we're going to make these ones all duration 3. So they go way high. Well, actually, we shouldn't make them all duration 3. Let's make the fade to whites duration 1. So they're going to be closest to the ground when they go off. And then let's make the fill to green duration 3. And so on and so forth. So we'll have a few that go up that high. So you guys kind of get the gist. You can add multiple colors, yada yada. I'm going to get a few of these done up, and I'll meet you right outside. Alright guys, so this is great. I was showing you those, and I was shift clicking, so I was making a whole bunch of these. Notice they do nothing? It's because they're just gunpowder and paper. I got like 10 stacks of those. So I don't know what we're going to do with those. They're pretty much useless. You can't add anything to them, I don't think, unless they've changed that. Last I checked, you couldn't. So yeah, this is, well, it's not perfect, but there was something I wanted to remove somewhere, and it was that right there. Yeah, so we've got that. All our dispensers are out here. And you can see how I've got the lava spreading pretty far. It's still not spreading the way I want. And if you hear any noise in the background, guys, I apologize. It's a super hot day. My neighbor's air conditioner is making some noise. So let's explain this while we're waiting for night to fall, and then we can watch our display. So the way this works, guys, I almost don't know where to start. So here's our daylight sensor thing, right? So it's going to fire off. Now, in the same sense, we've got this dropper here. Now, I've got kind of a double action going on here. So what's going to happen is when we load this in here, it's going to fire into here. And then a timer is actually keeping this torch shut off. It's going to eventually turn on and fire this back up into here. So I can hit it via this button and load it into there. And coincidentally, there is a button outside for hitting this. Ooh, big surprise. So, where this goes from there is when this is loaded into here, it's going to hit here, power our comparator here, which is going to power this block. This redstone is going to come out, and at the moment, you can see it's locking all the items in here. We've got a nice long duration to let it get a little darker. Okay, so it's going to move over here. These are going to start moving. At the same time, they're going to lock it here, right? Because that item's going to lock it, which is why we've got a comparator feeding out this way and just a redstone line back around to that torch. So this is not going to shut off until that empties, and neither is that. And until this shuts off, when that torch pushes this up here, that's part of my timer, we're kind of pretty much going to have this thing stuck in a position because that block's there keeping all the items in it. Once that torch finally goes out, then it'll start cycling back this way, right? Now here's the part. We've just got items with hoppers, back and forth, back and forth. As long as both of these are on, they're both going to get locked, right? So when this shuts off, that item's going to come over here, but that's going to hold it here. It's going to lock it until that empties. So we're doubling the time of these items with this setup. Okay, so once that switches over to here, it's going to shut this off, right? And now remember, we have to wait for the items to come back to turn that back on. In the meantime, what's going to happen here is this is going to start pulsing. And we've got to wait for this to unlock before that happens. So we're going to get a good long duration. And what you will see is when this shuts off, it's going to get laggy here, guys. This is what's going to happen. The rest of this, as I said, we got our randomizer here, snowball, a gold sword, and a stick. So a 64 stackable, a 16 stackable, and an unstackable. The rest of this is just splitting up the inputs and adding a whole bunch of delays to all the droppers. Okay, it's just getting it all the way around into each corner with delays staggered everywhere and making sure the wires don't cross. So as you can see, even one of the lines that goes 1 second is going to set things off, or 1 second. One signal strength is going to set things off at different paces. So as you can hear, it's going to give us a pretty intense, steady stream. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to throw my lock back on here. If I can remember to put it in the right place. And that'll lock the system. And now that won't be able to engage until I get her going from the outside. So I'm going to get all the fireworks in and get us set up for nightfall. I got a bit of time. And I'll be right back. Okay, guys, it's about to start. So now all we should have to do is come over here and... Where did I leave my button? There's my button. Hit our button to load the fireworks system because we just loaded our fireworks in. And now we should be able to sit back, relax, and enjoy. Oh yeah, guys. There's our lava. Let's cameo this, shall we? There's our lava. by now the timer's started, and we'll see what kind of an actual shot we get here. Here we go. Is it gonna happen yet? Is it happening yet? Is it happening? Wait for it. Nothing? Come on, game. Quit making us wait. I did kind of make it. There we go, guys. See? It waits till it's nice and light out or dark out. That's pretty cool. Now, we haven't gotten into creeper heads or wither heads or any of that, but believe me, we'll get into that next season. Check that out. I like our volcano, guys. What do you think? Is that pretty epic or what? Yeah, I like it. Not too bad, guys. And like I said, it's time to go off for quite some time. Oh, beautiful. Let's go around and see what it looks like from the other side. It is a little laggy, which is why we don't want it going off every night, but oh yeah, that looks good. Oh yeah, look at that. So as you guys can see, I got a little bit of work because I'd like to get this to look a little more realistic with the way it's kind of flowing all over the place. And there we go. The timer has shut it off. I wonder if we used like all of them. Nope. There's 5 left. 18 left. Yeah, so it doesn't last long, guys. But, you know. Oh, hi, little guy. Hi, little guy. Did you come for the fireworks? Sorry, little guy. Fireworks show is over for the night. So, guys, I'm pretty happy with it. I hope you are too. Anyways, we'll get into more detail on the fireworks, but I did want to cover the basics of making them, and we covered some more redstone mechanics. We even started what is called logic gates, but that's for another episode. We'll get into all that in way more detail than we should probably soon enough. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash that like to help others like yourself who might enjoy the content find the channel. And if you're new and you haven't already, hit subscribe for more episodes. Thanks for watching. Bye.